Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. Will this summer be slower than last year on the I-70 Mountain Corridor? Just over 107,000 cars traveled the tunnels Friday through Sunday. That's down 7% from last year, down 15% from 2021. I-70 last summer was consistently emptier than the pent-up demand of 2021. So far this summer, since May, traffic has been about the same. Portions of I-70 through Glenwood Springs were in the dark today when a construction crew severed a fiber optic cable, cutting internet and cell service. The Post-Independent reports T-Mobile and Comcast were offline for several hours. That outage stretched as far south as Aspen. Governor Polis is in Summit right now, signing a batch of bills. The governor and his entourage just left the Days Inn at Silverthorne, where he signed 2 bills regulating short-term rentals and affordable housing. He's now at the Swan River Restoration Site north of Breckenridge, signing 3 bills. One protects stream restoration from water rights lawsuits. One gives $5 million to native and endangered species protection, most of it for fish. And one divvies up $103 million for the Water Conservation Board, including $23 million from sports betting revenue. Meanwhile, at the Capitol in Denver, hundreds of protesters want the governor's attention for a ban on firearms. The group Here for the Kids is asking governors statewide to sign executive orders which would outlaw firearms in their states. Protesters promise to be there every day for at least 4 days until the governor signs that order. The governor's office says he will not be signing anything that contradicts the U.S. Constitution. Local fire danger remains low today in Summit with no fire restrictions. In local entertainment news, showing this week at the Eclipse in Breck, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I caught it over the weekend, and it was just about everything I wanted it to be until it wore out its welcome. Miles Morales is back as Spider-Man. Gwen Stacy's back as Ghost Spider. Peter Parker, he's back as a dad now with a spider baby strapped to his chest. And then there's hundreds of other spider cameos. I can't even list them all. The bad guy this time around is Spot. He's a villain of the week type who's hellbent on earning nemesis status. The animation, it's thrilling. The dialogue's fast and funny. And then you've got Gwen and Miles. They hold down the show. But after only 2 films, has the whole Spider-Verse thing worn out its welcome? Multiple universes with dozens, hundreds, thousands of Spider-Men? No, not quite yet, because we spend most of our time with the Spider-Men and women we actually care about, like Miles and Gwen. But I will say I'm getting sick of comic book movies that go on way too long. This one had the chance to end like 4, maybe 5 times, and it didn't. It didn't even end, period. It ends on a cliffhanger, promising a sequel. I'm excited for the sequel, but that's like sitting down to read 10 comic books in a row, only to find that the last 2 pages have been ripped out of each one. Guys, just give me an ending. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is showing this week, starting Wednesday, 4 and 7 o'clock, at the Eclipse Theater in Breck. And in local sports, the last race of the Vail Whitewater Series is tomorrow, Tuesday. It's the final race before GoPro games on the Gore Creek. Get signed up for the Town Series at vailrec.com. Sign up for GoPro games at mountaingames.com. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.